Alright guys, welcome back to Rage and Loop. We're on the bad ending special. That's where we're starting here. We're just gonna be again going through the bad endings of the second route. I don't know if this is gonna be like a shorter episode or something normal length. I guess it just depends on how long the bad endings are. But yeah, we're just gonna get everything clean and done before we start a whole new game, right? So is it here? It does, yeah. Okay, and this just sends us back to the beginning. So yeah, I think we chat last time. There's nothing new we could do there, so it's just from infiltration and wit. So this is a big one. These are like, because we just chose the right one on the first try, but it's like our options of how to like enter the village. So we'll start all the way back here. It was probably smart to just turn around and drive away. Entering Fujiyoshi means death, turning back. Perhaps that was what the loops were trying to tell me. Maybe I ought to listen. But was it really that easy? I had no real grounds for this, but if the cause of this strange phenomenon was somewhere in the village, perhaps I couldn't break out of the loop until I solved the mystery behind it. What would happen if I left then? Would I go on and live the rest of my days only to die and come back here? Would I return to a youth after years of being old? That part didn't sound half bad, actually, but was it really something I could just accept so easily? This was just speculation. But what if I actually hadn't moved an inch from that mountain pass? Was everything from then and now and until death just an ante mortem fever dream, and dying again would just bring me back there? If that was how it was, everything I'd do with my life from this point onward would be meaningless. Maybe I really should move on, only after taking care of whatever was binding me. Also, how did I leave something so strange and natural and incomprehensible and just return to the city? So we did this before, I think, or this. So I think we turn back now. Until I'd finished my drink, the thing guiding me was, sorry, was my good sense, otherwise known as opportunism. Man, what a weird experience that was. It'd make a good campfire story once I made it back where I belonged. I pushed aside my sense that something was right, my anxiety and my fear, and straddled the seat of my bike. Well, there was another way to look at this. I could try and see whether ignoring it all and running away would actually work. After all, this might end up being the only way to solve the problem. I turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed the signal to the left, and connected the clutch. Away I went, starting with a left turn. Anyway, I go back up the mountain path. I had enough of this ride. I'd return to civilization, eat some normal food, get some decent sleep, and live my boring everyday life. Just recognizing how precious those things were was more than enough for me. That made this trip all worth it. A dense mist drifted into view. And... and we died. Okay, pretty short. I will. We'll be seeing the sheep a lot this episode.
やっちまったな大将。今回もまあいつものあれだ。ちゃかいくとすっか。今回のバッドエンド6
Mysterious U-turn death.
謎死についてだ。バッドエンド4と同じパターンだな。ダメだろうけど一応試してみる。
Literally, yeah. We're collecting bad
簡
ends.
単に逃げられる選択はねえようだ。腹くくった方が良さそうだな。4潜入の9進路を決めよに戻ってまた選び直してくれ。手短だが今回はここまで。
Thank you, sheep. Next. We're back. We're back. Alright. So U-turn. Now we gotta remember which one was the wrong one for choose route. I don't. I think that the last one was the right one. Is the one I chose, but I'm not sure. Pass by Fujiyoshi. Yeah, that's maybe this. Because that one's actually entering. As I finished my drink, the idea I had was barely different from just turning around and leaving. Maybe I could just pass by it. I was curious what would happen if I ignored Yasumizu, Fujiyoshi, and the clerk's warning and simply drove on past. Wait, why would anything happen? I just continued down the road, right? Why did I feel so uneasy then? After thinking for a moment, I had arrived at a mindset of eliminating whatever options seemed wrong. My guess was that this wouldn't take care of the root of the problem. But I was the type who wouldn't believe that until I tried it myself. Fair enough. I turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed the signal to the left, and connected the clutch. Away I went, starting with a right turn. The tense mountain path continued for a while. Though I didn't feel like falling asleep, I was definitely becoming more and more exhausted, both mentally and physically. Even in this jacket, the force of the wind going by was doing a number on my body, especially as I kept onward for over an hour. I did, however, see a sign above my head that said Fujiyoshi. As I decided, I just passed it by, never coming close to Kami Fujiyoshi or Yasumizu. Now I just passed the two mountains and reached the town I was told about. Perhaps I should have been more suspicious of the fact that I'd stopped acting on my heart after that. Maybe I was just so tired I couldn't even make such decisions. I could only remember noticing a strangely dense mist surrounding me, but that was when my brain lost all capacity for perception or judgment. Ouch. Number 7. Sure.
こっちもやっちまったのか大将。
We did.
じゃあね、さっさか済ますとしようぜ。
God, we were so nice with the hitting the right option first on our first try before. I mean, it just made sense, right? We're not just gonna, like, leave.
まあこれも一応納得のために試せるようにしておいたって系統のやつだ。
Yep.
残念ながら逃げるのは無理そうだぜ。
Okay. Thank you, sheep.
今回はここまで。
Alright. Send me back. The pain of being a looper. Alright, next we got, what's on the next one? The classic cop interaction. All set. We can't do that. That's the actual one, so we'll save that for next episode. Can't do 20. There are a lot for 20. So maybe, I don't know. I said the first route might be like the true route, but this also has a lot of options, I guess. Investigation. We have all the keys, I think, from investigating. Vote. We did this. Trust Takumi. Is that all we have? I think, no, we have more. Yeah, literally here. Trust Takumi plus 2 bad endings plus whatever the fuck this was. This was voting Takumi, right? And letting tie-dye? Or was... No. That was before. Anyways, let's start with Takumi killing us. What was I to do here? There's no guarantee that no one was listening. It was probably best to assume that someone was. Even if there wasn't, was it a good idea to tell him about my guardian? I didn't have much time to think about this. Takumi-san grabbed the hoe again. Don't trust him. Let's just die, man. I was rotten to the core. I was the type who balked at trusting others. If you don't know what balked is... Okay, this is the rare time I know what a word is. This is just a baseball term, right? It's when you're trying to prevent a steal, but you, like... I forgot what it was exactly. I think it's when you're mid-swing and you throw it. Throw the ball to base. That's a balk. Unless it has another meaning. So it's basically a blunder, kinda. Loved ones made the right decisions in times of hardship. Help would come when you were in danger, genuinely meaning the sweet nothings you whispered for life. If I asked people how they could be so sure about any of those, I'd be treated as cold-hearted as for the most part. But trusting others meant taking risks, and the responsibility of those risks would fall on me, not the person I put my trust in. Of course, there were some situations where I had to take risks. Situations where I didn't know if I'd succeeded or not, and got conflicting advice from others. I wanted to avoid situations like that, but if I had no choice, how would I choose whose opinion to go with? That was obvious, by viewing them with an objective level of trust, by ignoring subjective impressions and basing it on past data, and the advice with a valid chance of success. Wasn't it crazier to trust others based on character or blood ties? Those who made choices based on how long they'd known someone for, or familial bonds, could do what they pleased. I'd be damned if I fell for those scams. I wouldn't trust them if they couldn't take responsibility for those risks on their own. No, I couldn't trust them. For the first time in my life, I felt that working against me. Yeah, let's just die. Takumi-san was probably a human. We know he was a human. There was almost no chance he was a wolf, but I could feel my distrustful nature scolding me for thinking I could trust him later once I investigated him with the snake. That's just being stupid. We know he's not a wolf. There was a non-zero chance his anger was all in that, and he was just trying to intimidate me into confessing I was the snake. It was nearly zero, but not entirely. Swindlers and tricksters all took advantage of that risk to use others. And we all know Takumi is definitely a trickster. If this were a malicious trap, the cost of this risk would be my death and the defeat for the humans.
言えません。
In the end, I just repeated that. My inability to trust him was probably based on abnormal levels of caution. That or my distrustful nature. Takumi-san released his grip on me and I lost balance and fell to the floor. I groaned in pain as I hit my backside, looked up and saw
そうか。
Takumi-san holding the hoe aloft.
ならもういい。死ね。
He swung it down. Ouch. Maybe it was fortunate that this death had taught me a lesson. Distrust was not a perfect defense strategy, especially when faced with great physical danger. I learned that at the cost of my life. Though maybe I could put that to good use next time. More importantly, perhaps it would be best to gain some proof ahead of time that I could trust him. Oh, I guess this is like, because, oh yeah, the other option was locked if you didn't, if you haven't investigated him, right? So this is like, okay, go make sure he's a human, if you haven't already. Watch in corner. Yes. Fair enough, I guess.
やっちまったな大将。ここはなかなかトリッキーだぜ。
You keep doing it, right?
早速ヒントだ。
You
しっ
keep
かり
doing
聞い
it.
てってくれよ。
Alright.
今回のバッドエンド15。題して
The Youth Leaders in Rage Punishment Death. What a name.
についてだが、レイジングループで最初に登場するキーの取り忘れで死ぬ可能性がある箇所になる。
Okay. Really? It's the first time? Seems kind of late in the game for having a first time in this. I feel like with a looping game, you probably should use this mechanic a lot, right? Or maybe you shouldn't. I don't know.
すでにキー10を入手してれば問題なく選択肢は出てたはずだが、未入手なら行き止まりだろう。まあ、どんな情報が足りなくて、
Yeah.
それがどこにあるかは
He did my job for me. So I'm just here to vibe and smoke.
もういいよ。キーがもうあるなら、5、7の9、匠を信じるか、キーがないなら、これを入手できる
Two
場
whole
所は
places.
これまでに2箇所ある。5、7の過去の対象1か、同じ
Thank you, thank you.
7の過去の対象2へ行けばってことで、今回はここまで。次も
Thank you.
元気に。
What if the sheep was the mastermind the whole time? which means it was Meito. It could be Meito, dude. What's with Meito always surviving, man? What if she's like Shinai in disguise, using a little child as a disguise to like watch the feast? That would be interesting. All right, next we got this. I had to think. Was the info I had enough? I couldn't tell them that I used my looping to gather info, obviously. That's why I could only reveal 2 results. One for yesterday and one for today. I'd already told Tatami-san that I'd checked and confirmed that he was a human. Thus, it was important for me to reveal that along with someone whose identity would help us. If I continue my silence, they might begin to believe that the snake wasn't fulfilling his duties properly. This was a do-or-die situation. And this was our bid misread. We just didn't read that Shikomochi was a wolf. Because I just assumed he was a human. So, like, when I read that, I was just like, okay, Takumi and Shikomochi as humans, or Takumi and Kiyonosuke as humans. Anyways, let's start with nothing, because it's just literally the worst choice out of the 3. I would, like, never choose this. I don't know if I would reveal Mochi as a wolf if I was there. It's kind of hard to say. Like, if I was there, I knew the information. Just because we knew the last time we went after a wolf like that, aggressively, we died. So I'd like to think I would still try to just clear Nosato and keep that under wraps, but I truly just can't say because, you know, it's just after the fact, right? No, not yet. I didn't have enough evidence to secure the Fitz majority. All I'd confirmed through my investigations as a snake up to today was that Takumi-san was a human. That was all the info I could offer. Like Yasunaka-kun said, this was a situation where the reward for revealing you had a guardian didn't match the risk. I hadn't even predicted Kairi-san would reveal she had a guardian. I thought it'd happen a little bit after we secured the Fitz majority. That's me. Takumi-san shot me again. Say, what are you doing, idiot? At first he looked confused or somewhat annoyed that I wasn't saying anything, but it seemed he soon caught on. It's still too early. In the end, no one else revealed themselves to have a guardian, and we reached a stalemate. With Kairi-san's reveal, we now had 3 confirmed humans. Then again, I couldn't be completely sure she was telling the truth. I knew that Tatami-san and I were humans, but even when you included us, damn it, it wasn't enough, and I didn't have any more clues. Though Kanzo-san's words wasn't final, without a valid plan hammered out, Emily couldn't be avoided in the end. Are we done that hand? That'd be new. Just like the first day, the old wolf guy voted for me. Oof. 2 votes, guess that wasn't surprising. The clash between Mami-san and Tai-san may have temporarily distracted him, but he'd always been suspicious of me. Not Meito, dude. No, Tatsumi. Though I'd managed to change things by cooperating with Tatsumi-san, this wasn't good. Or Rikako might die. No, dude. Kill me instead, man. Meito and I now had 2 votes each. Base. Yo, Mochi, homie. Crap, now it's in the lead. Bro, you're really voting because we joked about hitting on your mom? It's crazy. 4 votes, not good. Thank you, Chimmy. Obviously, she wouldn't vote. Meiko had 3 votes while the old wolf guy had 2. At this rate, all I could do was... No, vote for old wolf guy. And Meiko votes for old wolf guy. Oh wait, no, we're convincing her. It's too much pressure, man. Is it? Yeah, it's literally just not against the rules. You can talk about your votes.
ルールがなくても褒められたことではなさそうだがね。子供の意見を無理やり
It's not like she has a good opinion, guys. It's not like it's trying to be logical.
それはだけど
待てよ。ガキの気まぐれで命握られる方もたまったもんじゃねえぞ。
メイコ、あなたが休みずのご老人
Come on. You like us more than the old guy, right? Nah, she's based. Based. Kill the badger.
よし君、いくらなんでも仕方ないよ。メイコちゃんもほっといたら死にそうな局面じゃん。
Yeah.
知恵ねえ。だけ
Leave
ど
Meito alone, man. Why are you voting Meito?
狼じじい氏で
Okay, so we don't actually get hands. That's kind of based.
決戦投票だな。
Thus, everyone else voted on whether to hang Old Wolf Guy or I. Oh no, it's a tiebreaker. I thought he had majority. There's no way we lose that, surely. In the end, the vote was 4-6. I was chosen? Who did it? I mean, Shemi Mochi did. Wow, Tanzo did. Old Wolf Guy didn't choose. Yoshitsuru did. The 4 people against Old Wolf Guy would be Takumi, Meito, Rikato. Maybe Yasunaga? Probably. Yo, I was in the funeral procession of the prayer to Shinai. As a hapless lich victim this time, I couldn't say the scenario had never crossed my mind, but it was still unexpected. The final vote should have been in my favor. I thought I could count on Takumi-san, Tire-san, Kyonosuke, and Shiemi, the 4 who voted for Meito and Ritato-san. Tell me Takumi voted for us? Nasato, that's kind of wild, but I guess he was pissed we were manipulating Meito's vote. But you think, I don't know, man, Ritato's our homie. Nasato really wanna do that to us? It's gonna ruin his chances. But when the results came in, all of them except for Takumi-san have voted for me. Okay, that made sense. It would be really weird if Takumi-san didn't vote for me. None of them looked me in the eye. I didn't bother snapping back at them either. Now I understood. If I kept quiet, even those I was close to would doubt me. That was just how suspect my conduct on the first day had been. That was just how impossible Herdo Tanzu-san's request for me to die had been. I didn't like it. But all I could think about was how to survive next time.
申し訳ありません。本当に。
Oh well, you didn't vote for us. It's alright. I'm hurt from Nosato though. My boy.
宴でくくられれば救われるんでしょ。それなら僕はハッピーです。思い出してくださいよ。僕はもともと死ぬ気できたんだ。
I mean, that's literally not even true. It's just a lie.
ここで死ぬべき方じゃない。どうして逃げてくれなかったの？
The way she said that in a voice only I could hear was so different from her normal self that I was startled.
リカコさん。
すみません。
リカコさん、あなたはこちらへ。
Alright, dude.
いいえ。私が。
Don't even talk. Don't even look at me, Nosato.
光栄です。
I would never vote Nosato, man. Unless he was actually the wolf. Oh, Chiemi. Did Chiemi vote for us? Probably. Chiemi looked at me with a teary visage.
ごめん。
She definitely
最
did
後ま
vote
で
for
信
us.
じられなくて。
I mean, it made sense.
知恵ねえ。そんな無意味な謝罪。
ごめん。だけど。ごめん。
いいんだ、ちえみちゃん。僕は誰も恨んでないさ。
It all worked out anyways, kinda. Honestly, I'd definitely be irritated about having to return to start it all over again. Still, I decided to play the good guy this time around.
こうしてくくられることで、僕はようやく休みずの一員になれるよ
Should
う
we
な気
like
がする。
tell them we're the snake or something? At this point? It's kind of dumb,
バカ
but
なこと言ってんじゃねえ
I could hear guilt in his voice.
てめえ本当にこれでよかったのかよ黙って納得して消える気か
You probably should, but it's just kind of awkward.
ええ。もういいんです。きっと無駄でしょう。
No one would believe me if I revealed my guardian now. Besides, if I died, none of this would ever have happened. The lynching would have terrified me if I didn't think of it that way. Death abruptly handed to you was slightly different from death in a fight you'd accepted. Multiple people's malice and apathy denied my existence by judging me less important than others, so a consensus of those emotions sentenced me to death. To the creatures known as humans who survive through their bonds, that despair surpassed that of simply being killed. I was experiencing such an easily imaginable scenario myself at the moment.
早くせえ
はよはよ
発散思い切りよくジャンプだ
お前ら
Ratato-san lowered her head
落ちなかれ
and muttered feebly,
落ちなかれ。
"Don't come back. As the Yomibito and our enemy, don't come back." She pushed me weakly with the force of a gentle breeze. I fell backwards, soared through the air, and fell. And with a sudden impact, my consciousness faded into a void not unlike the dense mist surrounding me. See, that wasn't painful. Hey, they added the little noose. What are they talking about being hanged? I mean, that was banter from last episode. Anyways, what's the sheep gotta say? Don't play like an idiot.
やっちまったな大将
We did. We did do it this time.
難易度だぜ一発で抜けられるやつはいるのか
I guess the other choices were a lot. It depended on what keys you had.
早速ヒント
We had all the keys at that point, though. Actually, I don't know if we had the Haru key, but it didn't really matter.
今回のバッドエンド16題して
Anyways, this is gonna be a full-length episode then, because there's still 2 more bad endings. So it kind of worked out. I thought it might be shorter, but some of these are kind of longer.
選べなかった大将あんたが持ってるキーはみんな死人のやつだったようだなそうこいつは大事なことだ久石春明は蛇のカゴ車として読み意味の宴の情報を引き出しそれをキーとして手に入れるわけだが蛇で手に入る〇〇〇の正体って名前のキーにはクリアに関係ないものが混じってやがるんだ
The only one... It's only Mamiya's key. Or, yeah, Mamiya? Manami? What's her name? Mamiya, I think? Her key doesn't do anything. Every other key is important, except for Haru's. Haru's key wasn't important either. Mochi's key technically isn't important, except unlocking a bad ending. Though it is nice to just know he's a werewolf.
もちろんキーのコンプリートを目指すなら無意味ってことはねえが先に進むためにも意味のあるキーを探してくれこれからキーを探す対象は5、7の過去の対象1
True.
同じ5、7の過去の対象2もうキーは揃ってるって対象は5、7の9過去のページはってことで
Amazing hint, by the way, sheep. Immaculate. Just choose the right options, basically. I mean, there's not much else you can say, but it's funny. Alright. Send me back. We got... Now let's declare Mochi. I bet we hanged Mochi and then just dive from Chami, maybe. But what did they protect us? Unless they believe Mochi over us, which would be interesting. I don't get why they would. Alright, reveal Tatsumi as a human and Chita Mochi as a wolf. I had the evidence to reveal myself. I had a safety plan all set up. However, I also knew it was a ticking bomb that would likely throw things into chaos. Still, I'd already made up my mind, so I couldn't hesitate.
はい。
Everyone looked to me when I raised my hand. I was nervous, but now that I'd spoken up, all that was left to do was go with the flow.
僕、房石春明が蛇です。
And this play is decent. Again, if it wasn't a life or death situation. But then I hope I wouldn't choose this if I had the mochi information, just judging from our last deaths earlier. Inform them without hesitation.
室匠さん、そして鴨志田近持くん。この二人、室匠さんは人でした。鴨志田近持くんは狼でした。
Boom. Look at my sniper. I'm just saying, even though I didn't notice Chikamochi was a wolf, I did snipe 2 wolves in the first try. I'm kind of sick like that.
なんですって？
モッチーは狼だった。
Everyone fell silent for a moment. Naturally, there was much commotion and chaos over my sudden announcement.
待ちたまえ。近持か狼。それはないとは言わんが。
I forgot my exact logic, but it was just kind of important, especially out of the choices we had. Like, at that point, I think I still would have preferred Chiemi, right? But it was just between him and Haru, and he was way better of a player than Haru, I thought, so.
そうだよ。それに春明さん、一度はカゴ車じゃない。
I lied.
僕が黙っていたのは、あの状況では。
I mean, even if he died, Chiemi might be boned at this point, man. One wolf with all these people left.
僕からは、間宮さんが偽物だと当然すぐに分かったわけだけど、みんなからはそうとは分からない。もし彼女と僕が両方生き残った場合、雲はどちらを選
True.
ぶべきか
And that
判別が
literally
でき
just
ない。
happens.
僕の安全は確保されない。その結果、狼が本物の蛇を見つけて殺す格好の機会を与えることになる。
おお、なるほど。
なるほどじゃない。モッチー、分かってるのか？君が狼だって言われてるんだぞ。
Right after Haru's death is kind of crazy. The shock would be
そうだ
bigger.
な。僕は自分が狼じゃないってことを知ってるわけだから、そうなるとハッサンが狼ってことになるかな。
But then who's the snake? I mean, we can easily argue against him. Like, I think we would win.
間宮さんが狼だった以上、また狼が蛇を
Yeah,
守った
just by using this logic. But we just die from Shimmy nets. But how, though? Wouldn't the spider just protect us? So I think maybe we just lose this debate. Yo, Kyrie, you wanna... Actually, no, she didn't get hand. That's true. Condescend tried fighting back.
決心したのが夜だったかもしれねえ。
牧島勘三さんは鴨志田近持の肩を持つということでよろしいんですね。
He just doesn't like this. His silence was not primarily out of doubt for me, but just the same old habit of his. I mean, with Kanza Sen's playbook, it would probably be hanging both of us, right?
さっき聞かれてましたね。僕が彼を過去で調べたのは彼がらしくないからで
Was
す
it? I feel like he was acting himself.
彼はもっと勘がいい人間だし、思いついたアイディアを黙ってるような人間じゃない。
I thought it was pretty vocal, but I don't exactly have a clear image.
勘が働かないとか言ってみたり。
なんか前にも見てきたような物言いだな。
We have. See, this was exactly the part of him that scared me.
あくまで僕の見立てですし、単に調べるきっかけだったというだけですから、あまり気にしないでください。
いや、気になるぞ。ハッサンが僕らのことを前から知ってるなら、長者の回し物とかあるかも。
そうやって妙に僕だけに攻撃的だから正体を疑ったって面もあるよ。
Ooh. I took a peek at everyone's faces. Yasunada-kun was staring at the ground, lost in thought. Takumi-san was bewildered, as he should be.
妻子、お前、近持が春をやったって。
Yes. Kanto-san's eyes widened. Apparently, he finally understood that a suspected wolf could be the one who killed his granddaughter.
ええ、そういうことになりますね。
ありえないな。僕にハルちゃんとヤスン以上に大事なもんなんてない。りっちゃんや皆の衆には悪いけども、新内さんや掟や宴だって 割とどうでもいいんだぞ。僕にはそんな僕がどうしてハルちゃんを。
But you did.
君が本当に狂った人間なら理由はあるさ。狂った人間は好きな人間が生きてようが死んでようが関係なく大事にできるから
な。確かに。
ふざけんなよモッチー。お前まさか本当に。
めんどいな。ハッサンさ、僕はこういうの苦手なんだからもうちょい優しくしてよ。
悪いが君に対しては気を抜かない。君が普通の脳みそをしてないことはこの数日でよく分かったからね。
ヤス君、モッチーがそうじゃないって証拠とかないの？
How would you?
分かっただ僕にはないよ。モッチーには何かないのか。
What proof could you even have? Unless you just... The only proof you could have is if you say you have a guardian, right?
ごめん。そんなに考えていろいろ準備とかしてなかった。だから逆に怪しくないとかない？
確かに近持君は随分といつも通りに見える。
Believe in me, guys.
しかし果たして狼が振り分けられたとしてもこいつは平常心を保つだろうと予測はできる。
True.
そして
Nosato, we're back to
彼
being
のスタンス
bros.
は
even
思考停止だ。
though we were in a couple minutes
安永君
ago.
に追従して野里さんにずっと投票している。自身の性格が幸いして疑われていないが、実のところ結構
That's why I said Kayori could be a really good wolf, because she just follows Yasunada on the voting, assuming that Yasunada isn't on the right track, and then she just blends in perfectly. That's like the trickiest wolves, ones where it's like really hard to decipher if they're acting differently, right?
安永君が敵視したくない相手の中に狼がいる限り、狼
Yeah,
がそれに追
exactly.
従することで安全になれる。安永君が去る。間違いなく人だ。彼に票を委ねることは、狼としての投票を完全に放棄することに等しい。しかし鴨志田近持の場合、そうやっておいて急に方針を変えて、誰か他の人に票を投じても気まぐれとみなされるだろう。結局は怪しまれないまま自由に票を動かせる立場だってことだ。
いろいろ言うなよ。僕には特に言うことがないんだから黙ってる分怪しい
Can't really
感
argue.
じになるだろう。
Just vibe based.
でもそれが読み耳の宴だから。
じゃあくくればいいじゃん。
モッチー頼むからもう一度言ってくれないか。自分は違う狼じゃ。
僕は狼じゃない。
You did it.
こっち見てくれよ。
やだなあ、やっすん。僕はもともと目を見て話す感じのやつじゃないじゃん。
I'm also not an eye contact sort of guy. It's just kind of awkward. I don't even look at other people, he said with a smile. How'd the voting go? The vote was held afterwards. Yasunada can abstain from voting. Shimi, Kairi, Kanza, and Mochi all voted for me, while the rest voted for Mochi sealing his face. I mean, Shimi obviously made sense, because it is a little unsure. Kairi voting for me is interesting, but I guess she knew Mochi for a while. Kanza just hates us. Surprised everyone else voted for him though. Even old wolf guy. What's he doing? He's just vibing, dude.
やっすんさ、泣くなよ。
ごめんモッチー助けてやれなくて。
いや、なんていうか謝んないでよ。僕がいろいろ。
Yeah, it was actually the wolf, so don't cry.
それって
狼じゃないよ。でも
Okay.
に勝つ準備とかはしてなかったからさ。
置いてかないでくれよ。はるちゃんもいないし。
Feels bad, man.
やっすんにはママもヨッシーもいるだろう。
僕はあの二人とは、いや、なんでもない。
チューでもしたろっか。
やだよバカ。
ごめんな。こういうのどうすればいいのか。じゃあ頼むぞやっすん。
落ちなかれ。
落ちなかれ。
Yasunaga pushed forward. Chitomochi Kamoshida fell into the mist, and the rope went taut.
もっち
Everyone stood there frozen in place while I headed for the plaza. I felt
おい
sick.
不妻子
Tatami-san caught up with me.
不妻子本当にあいつが狼だったんだろうな。
Obviously.
間違いありません。
しかし
ええ。あいつ、最後まで人として死んでいき
I
ま
mean,
した。
you're gonna know after I'm dead tomorrow, because it has to be a bad end.
何度か言おうと思いましたよ。被害者ずらして美化するなって。安永くんにもね。君の目の前の男は君の妹分を殺してヘラヘラ笑ってるんだぞって。でもそれをしたらどうなってたでしょうね。僕は間宮さん全てが明らかになるとき、安永くんが受けるショックは計り知れないですが、僕にはどうし
ずいぶん気を揉ませちまったみたいだな。すまね
いえ、僕も休みずの住人ですから。モッチーを殺した責任は最後まで蛇として奉仕することで果たします。
え頼む。
It was good I got Tatami-san on my side, but as a whole, it didn't feel like any of this had gone well. It left a really bad taste in my mouth. After that, I lost my job at the kitchen. No, I got fired, dude. Well, I hadn't exactly lost it, but since Tire-san had voted for me, I was restraining myself. Yoshitsugu took over the work while I secluded myself in my hut. It was Tatami-san who suggested it. He said it was best I watched out for any potential attacks now that it was out that I was the snake. He also took over testing the food for poison. Thank you. I remembered what he said.
もし雲が生きてるならお前を守るように言っておいた。
I don't see why they wouldn't.
お前を信じるなら狼はあと一人だ。できるだけ早くケリをつけたいもんだな。
So I told him I'd do everything I could. It felt like Takumi-san and I had grown rather close, and no, not in the way that would make BL fangirls squeal with joy. Surely there's some Raging Loop fans that ship them. Everyone ships everyone together. There's at least one dude that ships like the weirdest shit, right? I gratefully took my food and was happy to get away from the melancholy atmosphere that lingered after Mochi's death. Tatami-san was right, just one wolf was left. And from my point of view, I had 4 no 5 candidates left. One day may not have been enough to corner them. Did I have any ways to ensure I would end it tomorrow? No, this was a problem. For now, I had investigated who I considered the most suspect. As long as the spider protected me, the rest would be a war of attrition. In that case, I had to aim to end it tomorrow. However, I never woke up after that night. Why? What happened to me? I didn't even know. I felt not even the slightest bit of pain or suffering in my deep slumber. But like the dense mist outside, my sleep appeared to have engulfed everything and become a shroud, not of this world. Did the spider not protect me? In the end, the loser wasn't even allowed to entertain that thought. I actually don't understand what happened. Why wouldn't Ritato tell Mito to protect us? Like, how did they kill us? Did they kill us, like, not from, like, a wolf kill? Like, they killed us some other way, and Jimmy just went out with the corruption? Because it makes no sense that Mito wouldn't protect us. I will watch the hint corner. Maybe he has something to say about it. I was wondering how we're gonna die. Because it sounds bad, like the first option, but this time there is a solid spider to protect us, right? Like, there's just one snake, so there's no reason for the spider not to protect us, right? But what was up with this one? I agree. Counter strategy. Hit me with it.
今回のバッドエンド17
Mysterious Mochi
モッチ
Hane
ー
Death.
くくったら夜に謎しについて何が起きたかはぶっちゃけわからねえ。まだな。一つ言えるのは狼にやられたわけじゃなさそうってことだ。
Yeah, okay.
実際雲の守りは当てにできるはず
So
だし
maybe this is a lore thing that we'll learn in like the later loop inside. Oh, that's what happened, I guess.
謎が解けるのはだいぶ先だろうが、ここは一つ
It's so
別の
weird.
選択肢を選んで
So
み
it
てくれ。
actually wasn't that illogical of a choice then.
あ、選択肢がロックされてるなら5、7
Yeah, yeah, get no
過去の
Sato's
対象
key.
1か同じ5キーが揃ってるなら5、7の9過去のページはに戻って正解をポーンと選んでくれ。ここは正直レイジングループで最難関かもしれねえ。引っかかっても気にせず進んでくれると嬉しいぜ。
Ain't cheap. I needed that.
今回はここまで。次も
Alright,
元気
we got one more before we wrap up this session. I believe. One more, right? Chart me? Wit me? It's just here, right? I forgot the contents of this, though. What was I to do? Oh, we vote for Ritato. Oh no, this one's gonna suck, dude. Why would I hate Ritato? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so dumb I just forgot about this. Doubting others was essentially my creed. And it surely, like doubting taught me, it always goes well. That's because I believed it was more logical to trust only myself and take responsibility for the outcome over bearing the risk of trusting others. When I came back to that rule, it was trusting Bertato-san as openly as I had. So far, that was the exception for me. It made more sense to doubt her. It literally doesn't. And so, I said it.
リカコさんの方が信じられるとは
It's so stupid.
現時点では言えな
It
い。
makes me mad, man.
票を取れ。
待ってください。この二人のどちらが正しいかは今日のカゴを使って調べますから。
じゃあ誰殺すんだよ。あ？俺か？鴨志田か？それとも知恵ねえか？
Yeah, any of the other two. The other two would be good.
殺す気かハッサン。春明さん、嘘でしょ。
What? At least we're not just killing Ritato.
春明様。
リカコさんいけない。
君、何を？リカコさんは一体何をやろうとしてるんだ？
自己犠牲精神なんていらない。
いいのです。皆様がおっしゃる通り。
Like, kind of, but not really.
私は人です。
To be fair, I did suspect her when I thought Mochi was innocent, but that's different, man. The pool was getting pretty low.
皆様は狼に勝つべきです。私は。
But then Meito doesn't know who to protect, man. She can't even write.
皆さん退場することで最後の休みずへのご報告といたします。
リカコさん。
最終
You're stupid. Takumi-san shouted louder than ever before, shutting me up.
お前がその女を助けたかったなら、その女を信じなきゃダメだった。
True?
お前がそうできなかった時点で、その女が助かることはなくなった。
True?
そんな。
お前がそう言わないってことは、その女が生きてることが人の勝利に必ずしも必要ないってことだ。
True?
少なくともお前は、そう確信していない。それを否定できなかった時点で、お前の選択は済んじまってるんだよ。あとは男らしく決着しろ。
Damn it. I've never been more resentful of my adherence to my rules than I was now.
僕、上松リカコさんをくくることを提案する。
Yeah, let's save this old guy that has done nothing this whole game. Ritato-san smiled. Why can't I just trust her?
縄は
I'll just jump. Fuck it, we ball.
過
Ah,
ちとして
I don't like this, man.
藤吉の意味と
That's why I just try to go for like the one true ending, man. I don't want to see the bad endings. They're bummers. I
恥じる
mean,
ところない
well, the true
最後
ending was kind of a bummer, but like a cool
自ら
bummer.
なし
This is
で
just sad, man.
ご覧に入れます
She said it. Ritato-san led her own funeral procession. With a sonorous voice, she sung prayer to Shinai. She bowed to the Okiba along the way as she recited prayers and sutras. No one rebuked her, for they all understood her actions were the manifestation of her faith, for she was right. And then we reached the cliff at the hanging pine overlooking the misty Serenada. Ritato-san turned away from us, faced the cliff, and chanted sutras. We lay oh. That's not the song, man. Kind of sit still. Her words were directed at no one, they merely faded into the mist. She clapped her hands, held them over her head, and bowed. It was similar to a Yasumizu bow, but felt more right than that. Ritato-san looked back and spoke only those words. Don't let Meito. This is hard. I just don't like seeing Meito sad, man. She paid no heed to the only voice that called out to her. Her black sleeves fluttered, and she threw herself into the mist. After several seconds, we heard a crunchy noise from down below. Chemi covered Meito's ears. The little girl started to cry. No, dude. My bad, bro. My bad.
お前があんなことを言うから。いや、違う。それもこれも。なんだ。
It is multiple people's fault,
私たちは。
but I am also to blame. Because we literally saved her last time if you just said, hang the wolf guy. He left while muttering to
野
himself.
里さん
ほっといてやれ。あいつもあれで男だ。女が死ねば思うところもあるさ。みんな帰るぞ。
What a fucked up day. We returned to the dining hall, but all of us were caught up in depression. There was barely anyone who wasn't feeling the loss of Tai-san, Haru-chan, and Ritato-san in any way. Yeah, we saved this guy, man. Excluding the old man. We didn't know if we could expect all that much from him as the spider. Meiko had cried herself to sleep and had been left in her place, while Kiyonosuke she had returned to his mansion. Takumi-san and Kanto-san were busy cleaning up Haru-chan, and we just died tonight because Meito's not gonna know to protect us. Or even know how to, if she even would want to. Aside from them, everyone else was here.
元気が出るものを作らなきゃね
Kairi-san said that with forced enthusiasm. Since her sons were still alive, she was probably in a relatively better mood than the rest of us. Oh wait, are we just gonna die from poison? Oh yeah, we don't have Ritato-san to, like, cure us. Oh my god, I forgot. This is when the poison happens, right? Wait, is it? I don't even know. Instantly, I stopped helping with the cleanups in the kitchen. I think it is. They said it was because they couldn't put the snake at risk out in the mist, but they were probably being cautious of me. So I just sat by myself. Chemi was talking to the boys, showing her own consideration for them to lift her spirits. It seemed she had no intention of talking to the old wolf guy.
春明様お話をその
The woman who always wanted to talk was gone. Before long, Kairi-san had finished making the food. Yeah, we're just gonna die from poison. Crazy. Takumi-san and Kanto-san returned from the cleanup, and we finally had our first meal of the
今
day.
日は気疲れしたでしょたっぷり食べてね
The wolves might actually
久
win from
々
this point, because then they might hang Kaori, because they think she poisoned. Then they kill someone else, because Meito's not protecting. It actually makes it winnable. This is like the one route I feel like it's super winnable for the wolves. Or like one like bad ending where it actually seems like after we die they can win. The other ones, I still think they're kind of screwed. The fact that I checked my bowl for something green made me realize how ill-natured I really was. Unfortunately, that was just how... Yeah, we've seen this. I'm pretty sure it's the same dialogue. Literally the same dialogue. I'm still reading it, though. Just as it's also... We're almost hitting the hour mark. But yeah, it's actually just the same, so it's fine. But no Rikako to heal us while horny. Yep. It's a good frame job. Yeah, it's actually winnable. Oh, I think this was actually new. Logged me up. I'd been given a lethal dose of poison. There wasn't any hope for me at all, was there? How did I get past this? Hey, Ritato-san, this is a horrible thing to ask, but you wouldn't happen to know, would you? She would. Just before my consciousness faded into the mist, I saw a hallucination of Ritato-san looking down at me with a sad smile. Poison ending. Yes, we'll watch Mr. Sheep one last time this session.
こいつは久々に分かりやすくやっちまったな、大将。分かりにくい？ああ、そうか。正解ルートを知ってりゃ一発なんだがな。
Well, yeah, I agree it's simple, but
しっかりヒントを教えてやるぜ。
I guess people would be confused. He didn't believe in
今回
Ritato.
のバッドエンド18、題して由来不明のトリカブトで毒死についてだが、この毒がどうして与えられたのかは本ルート7の肝でもある。ぜひじゃあどう回避するのかって話だが、回避はできねえ。そうじゃなくて、
Yep.
治療するんだ。じゃあどうするんだって？まあシナリオチャート見りゃどこで分析してるかわかるだろうな。
Looked at the chart. Just choose the other option.
あそこで死ん
It's
じまっ
simple.
たあいつがもしここで生きてればなんとかしてくれる。
Yeah, old wolf guy didn't do shit to save us, man.
そういうわ
Where's
け
his
で
magic?
5、7の投票の選択2に戻って今回はここまで。次も
Alright, though. That was our cleanup episode. Pretty long. But next time, we're going fresh, baby. Whole new route, whole new knee. Hopefully we're gonna have some good plays, no misreading of roles, and it's gonna be a great time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!